Welcome back to the Windsurfer magazine channel. We are progressing into Freeride sails. We're going to kick it off with the GA sails, or for most of you guys that will know, Gastra, and we have the hybrid sails with us. We are looking at 7 meters at the moment, so they have sent over a 7.2. Quite a big sail range, Alice, is that right?
Yeah, 11 sails, 11 different sizes. I think it's one of the biggest ranges you can get in one kind of sail.
Pretty impressive, and I think they come from, is it a 3.7 up to an 8.4?
Yeah.
So massive range, and then they're obviously doing half sizes in between there. So the smaller sails, which are from, I think it's a 3.7 up to 6.4, they are hybrids, but they are hybrid HDs. So they have got a X-ply in the clear panels here that you can see. So on the 6.7 and up, they are clear monofilm like this one, and then the smaller sizes have a cross-ply in them. Reason for this is the hybrid has tried to design it as a sail that can cover all conditions and all disciplines. So smaller sails are more oriented around wave sailing, so if you're looking to get into wave sailing, those are perfect. They're a little bit more durable, and they've got a more wave style outline to them. And then the 6.7 and up, that's when they come more to a Freeride sail, but there's a nice sort of crossover between the 5.6 and 6.4 in there as well.
Rolling out of the bag, like it's quite a bright colour. This kind of turquoisey, and then with the white as well, so it's quite a bright sail, and also I noticed in the sun, especially like down here, it's actually really sparkly blue, which is
almost like a metallic-y colour. It's nice, isn't it? Quite
cool at the bottom.
A little understated, but it is a good looking sail.
Very good looking. And then if you were to get the whole range, and as Scotty was saying, it kind of covers all conditions and any kind of session you want, you can get the whole range in the same color, which is kind of cool. But also it comes in a different color as well, like the red and blue. So
cool. It's a nice bit of crossover there. So when it comes to rigging up the hybrid, the 7.2 is recommended to be rigged on an SDM mast. It can be done on a 430 or a 460. So if you rig it on a 430 SDM mast, the extension is 34, so quite big. Benefits of that are that the mast will feel a little bit softer, and it'll feel a little bit lighter than the 460. If you put the 460 on, it's got a very short extension. However, the actual characteristics and the bend of the mast are slightly different. So if you're looking for increasing the low end, you could go for a 460. If you want a mast that can cover a wider range of conditions and increase the top end of it, the 430 would suit it perfectly. And also then go down into your smaller sail, you've got the 430 ready for it. And likewise, if you have the 460, you can then put it into your 7.7, so the next size up, which is quite nice. So we've got the double clue eyelet options. Obviously the upper one is for more power, lower is for windier conditions, and it just opens up that leech a bit more. Felt pretty easy to rig, Alice, or any issues there?
Yeah, no issues. I mean, pretty easy, and especially no cams, you know, the mast just goes straight in and you rig it down on the extension. I mean, bigger sail, so you know, it takes a little bit of getting the mast all the way to the top, but no complaints really.
Cool. And on the beach, as we'll try and show you in the videos, is there's quite a lot of shape in the battens themselves. I know that we did put quite a bit of batten tension on, but that's just to take out all the creases and little crinkles in the sail, but it creates a real nice sort of locked in shape. The battens on the two main ones around the main panel, they do protrude a little bit, but once you put the boom on and you apply a little bit of pressure in the sail, it fills out lovely and looks like quite a locked in stable shape. I would say, looking at the other sails in the range, so the Matrix, which is their free race, no cam free race, and the Cosmic, which is their twin cam, they introduced their continuous panel layout. We haven't seen it in the hybrid, so from testing the Matrix a couple of weeks ago, it'd be interesting to see what the differences there are, and it might just prove how good their continuous panel layout is. We're going to go and get on the water. We're going to give it a go. We've got a few more 7 meter Freeride sails to test against, which is nice. And we'll be back here very shortly with our feedback on how we got on. back from some lovely summer board shorts, blasting conditions on the 7 metre freeride sails. Kind of perfect, what you'd expect. You know, if you're getting into windsurfing, you're just enjoying it. It doesn't get better than that. And to be on a freeride sail that's super easy going, that's kind of been the key point of it, definitely testing these type of sails, and for you guys just to understand what's good, what's working, and what the benefits of each brand are. So Alice, how did you get on?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was super light. Just like a really great sail just to go out and get some blasting and rely on it, really. Yeah, we had some really nice conditions, and I just took it out for a quick spin, and yeah, it was really nice. When I was just picking it up and going out, I noticed actually that there's some really nice reinforcements along the second batten up, which is like protection for when you've got it on the land and bringing it up or putting it down.
Yeah, it just provides a bit of protection against the boom as well when you're sailing. Same again with the beading they put on the bottom of the sail, which again, it's pretty industry standard, but little touches like that can prolong the life of a sail is really nice. And to sort of mention again on the reinforcement around the batten pocket ends where the tensioner is, you've actually got some reinforcement there as well. So little things like that will help with the longevity of the sail, and it's nice to see that the hybrids have that, but equally it's not been overdone in the way that the sail starts to feel heavy or at all cumbersome in the hands. When we got on the water, I think it's pretty clear that the low end on the sail is pretty incredible. There's a lot of shape there. The luff tube is a little bit thicker, there's a little bit more material there, so the sail can really open out and breathe as and when with the gusts that come. So for low end, the sail was really incredible. Got up and going, the stability was there, which is nice. And to be honest, for a lot of people that are learning, that don't want to go out and be overpowered, they don't want something that's going to either have not enough power or too much, it really, really impressed me on that side. I would perhaps mention that you do find the top end of the sail a little bit quicker than others. Main thing for that was even between changing downhill settings from the lower to the upper using the marks on the top of the sail, I think you can kind of ignore them a touch. The lower end one, so the bigger marking they've got at the top of the sail, for your low end stuff, absolutely great. If you pull the downhaul on and follow the markings to the smallest one, it works, but you can definitely go past that mark to try and increase the top end. You find out when you've reached the top end is that the mid leach starts to bellow a little bit, so it becomes quite backhand heavy, whereas in lighter winds and the sort of more apt winds for it, it had a real nice sort of quite neutral feel. It had the power there, it was very locked in. A noticeable difference, which I didn't notice when rigging up, if you look at the other sails in the range, so the Matrix, which is their no-cam free race sail, the Cosmic, which is their twin-cam free race sail, they have got their newly developed continuous panel layout. So what that means is they've changed a little bit the stitching on the sail, and I would suggest that did help massively extending the top end range of those sails. So perhaps something that these guys could look to do in the next one. But again, it does potentially add a little bit more weight with more stitches and seams in there. However, the key point of this sail was how easy going it was in the lighter winds, getting up onto the plane. It was stable and it was almost just there for you and very reliable. Yeah,
reliable. Like, it's so cool to be able to have that range of 11 different sizes and know that you're covered for whatever session. And obviously this being a 7.2, you're near the top of that range, so this is more towards the freeridey, and it's designed that way. But and to mention, we did try it on the foil as well. It still worked really well, very well mannered, but again, it's just the top end, so perhaps with these sails you will find yourself moving down quicker to a smaller sail than others. However, there's nothing wrong with that. It does mean you're going on a smaller sail sooner, it's going to feel lighter in the hands, a little bit more manoeuvrable, and the jibes didn't feel too bad on it at all. The rig flip felt nice, but again, just coming out of the jibe, getting that initial power and acceleration, the sail 100% had that. I would say it's nothing to be concerned about looking at the shaping of it. Where the battens do protrude past the mast a little bit, it's very deep shape within the sail. In fact, it doesn't then relay onto the water as a powerful
sort of just wants to go fast sail, by all means you can go fast. It's not a slow sail, but equally just that low end when you really slow things down is where the sail really excels and impresses you on the water.
Yeah, and once on the boom, like the battens, they pop nicely around.
Yeah, no issues there.
The mast,
top sail from Gastra. Definitely something to consider if you want a quiver of sails that all feel relatively similar and you're doing a bit of wave, a bit of bump and jump, then Freeride. You can have something that stays consistent throughout, have stuff that's matching, and you've got a quiver of sails that will really do the job. But I would say the bigger sizes, for those of you intermediates out there that are learning to get in your foot straps, getting on the plane, getting in the harness, something like that is a great addition to the quiver, and something to definitely consider with your options. Anything else, Alice, or is that pretty much wrap it up?
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. So don't forget, give us a like, a comment if you've got any questions. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.